The upcoming DC Universe schedule was released to the public on the very last day of January. I'm Troy from Marks on Movies and Marks on TV, and today we're going to go over what James Gunn has told us about what to expect from the DCU on film and television for the next decade. Before we begin, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell to be notified whenever we post brand new videos. The link to the article I'm referencing from comingsoon.net can be found in the video description. Upcoming DCU schedule detailed by James Gunn, 10 projects announced. As promised, James Gunn revealed some of the upcoming DC Universe schedule today, giving fans a better look at what to expect from DC Studios in the future. Currently, the DCU schedule is as followed. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, out March 17, 2023. The Shazam sequel sees Zachary Levi return as the titular hero who finds himself fighting against the Daughters of Atlas, portrayed by Rachel Zegler, Lucy Liu, and Helen Mirren. So from the sounds of it, James Gunn is going to be keeping this iteration of Shazam, which I'm super happy with. The first film was one of the biggest positive surprises, to me at least, of the DCEU. The Flash, out on June 16th, 2023, Ezra Miller returns to the DC Universe as Barry Allen and travels back in time, attempting to prevent his mother's murder. The cast also includes Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck as different versions of Batman, and Sasha Calle as Supergirl. James Gunn clarifies that this movie is the one that will reset the entire DCU, which we all kind of figured. They're going to go all Flashpoint storyline here. Blue Beetle, out August 18th, 2023. Zolo Maridueña, I believe is how you pronounce it, brings Jamie Reyes into the DCU fold. Originally set for an HBO Max release, it is now arriving in theaters and features George Lopez and Susan Sarandon. I don't know why, but I figured this would be right up Gunn's alley. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, out December 25th, 2023. Ooh, Christmas. The second Aquaman movie sees Jason Momoa return as the hero alongside Yahya Abdul-Mateen II's Black Manta, who looks for revenge after the death of his father. Again, judging by what Gunn has said, and even comments from Jason Momoa himself, he's sticking around as Aquaman into the future of the DCU. This was probably my biggest pleasant surprise from the DCEU, because, let's face it, Aquaman kinda sucks. But his movie was great, and it blew away my expectations. Now getting into this. Coming in the future are the following 10 projects. Creature Commandos, a 7-episode animated series written by Gunn. It is already in production. It's a modern take on the team of monsters that were assembled to fight Nazis. The voice cast will also portray the live-action version of the characters if the anti-heroes show up in movies or shows. So this looks like it's going to be James Gunn making his DC version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. However, it's going to only be animated for now. That may actually make it goofier than if it was live action, though. This kind of stuff is where Gunn excels, so I'm hopefully optimistic about it. Waller, a Peacemaker spin-off starring Viola Davis, written by Crystal Henry and Jeremy Carver. This should be interesting. Amanda Waller is the biggest through line of the DC universe, so this will add more depth to her character and her arc. Superman Legacy, the upcoming Superman movie written by Gunn that isn't an origin story. It will be released on July 11th, 2025. Sure, we'll see. And he can say that it's not an origin story all he wants, but we'll have to see where exactly he's starting on the Superman timeline. Is it going to be like a Batman Year One kind of story? I'm also trying to be hopefully optimistic that Gunn knows what he's doing when it comes to the Man of Steel. Lanterns. Greg Berlanti's Green Lantern series has been scrapped and a new show will take its place starring Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. This is going to be freaking awesome. This may be the thing that I'm most excited for next to the Superman movie. I love the Green Lantern, and I've been waiting for a good movie or show for him for years, and adding in multiple Lanterns, that's even better. So many possibilities, because I love Hal Jordan and I love Jon Stewart, so putting them both in there, that is the right move. The Authority, a movie based on the Wildstorm superheroes. I know nothing about this, but Gunn always loves going obscure, so there you go. Paradise Lost, an HBO Max series that is said to be a Game of Thrones-style drama set on Themyscira. It takes place prior to Wonder Woman. This could be a cool prequel series leading up to Wonder Woman. Seeing it's a Game of Thrones-style drama, that definitely has me interested. And then you got the Greek mythology thrown in there, so this could be really freaking good if done the right way. The Brave and the Bold, new Batman movie featuring Damian Wayne. Batman is my all-time favorite hero. I love the stuff with Damian Wayne in the comics and in the cartoon movies, so this could be very interesting. I'm anxiously awaiting their version of Batman and who they're going to cast as the Caped Crusaders. We've already got a pretty grounded, more realistic version of Batman in the Matt Reeves movies, so I kind of hope that they go more comic-y and cartoony with this film. Not like completely eye-rolling and stupid and not necessarily made for kids Batman, but something close to the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. The Batman Part 2. Robert Pattinson will return for the sequel, which will be released on October 3rd, 2025. Again, we'll see. So I am beyond hyped for this. The first one was great. It's tied for my second favorite Batman movie with Batman 1989. The Dark Knight is and forever will be my number one, and I'm excited to see where Reeves takes this version of the Batman. Booster Gold, HBO Max series based on the lower tier superhero. This one deserves a television series, much like Peacemaker, and not necessarily a movie. Again, this is right up James Gunn's alley. I would have laid down money that he was going to do this. I can almost guarantee as well that it will be very much in the same vein as Peacemaker, as it should be. This character lends itself to goofiness, over-the-top humor and action, cartooniness, bright colors, etc. I'll be watching every damn episode day one. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. A Supergirl movie that will be based on the Tom King miniseries. Supergirl has never really been successful as a show or film, but I think this is a smart way of doing this. It's a different version of Supergirl from the way that Gunn described it, at least. She's a lot more jaded and grittier. She's not just going to shove out or overshadow Superman either. She's also being introduced later on into the DCU to build up the world around her before she even comes in. I think that's a really smart move, and this could be a success. And finally, Swamp Thing, a DC horror movie that will close out the first chapter of the new DCU. I am not sure if this is an unpopular opinion, but there was a Swamp Thing series a few years back that was canceled after just one season, and I absolutely loved it. I wish it would have kept going, but they said it was just too damn expensive to keep making. But this one will be a film, true to its nature. They're keeping it as a horror film, and I hope it gets a hard R rating. There doesn't need to be tons of nudity and gore necessarily, but Swamp Thing is, pardon the pun, not sanitized or clean, and at its heart, it's dark and gritty and depressing. This is awesome, and I hope that this is even better than the show. With a clear vision ahead, the DC Universe can now move forward to a unified goal rather than feeling disjointed. So if you want to watch James Gunn's actual announcement video on Twitter, he's at James Gunn. He says the first phase or chapter will be called Gods and Monsters, so they're going to go a similar route with their universe to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's smart considering it's a very comic book-like thing to do. There are always comic book events that close out certain chapters of comics, and their cinematic universe counterparts are sticking to that formula pretty well. Comment down below with your thoughts on the announcement. Are you excited? Do you even care? Do you have faith in James Gunn at all? What movies or shows are you most excited for? And are you glad that they're seemingly keeping around a few of the actors and characters from the old DC Extended Universe? Also, share this video around to everyone you know, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified every time we post brand new content. I've been Troy from Marks on Movies and Marks on TV, and we'll see you next time.